Ladies and gentlemen, please make some noise for your hosts of the Export Ultra Legacy Lounge live show, Sione Faumuina and Rob Harris.
If you want to hear me freestyle, here we go. Off top of... Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the Legacy Lounge live show brought to you by Export Ultra. My name is Sione Faumuina.
And I'm Rob, the sign guy.
And it's good to be back. It's been how long, bro?
It's actually been 7 weeks. Not that I've been counting. I've just been chilling at home, twiddling my thumbs, waiting for the next show to happen, waiting for the next home game. But Sione, it is so good to finally be back here at Garrison's Public House at Sylvia Park. And bro, what a show we have in store for tonight.
Yes, we do. And just quickly, let's get a bit of a vibe check here. Who's going to the Warriors game tonight? Okay, so I want you to just shout out, if you're not from Auckland, where did you travel from? Whakatane. All right. Waiuku. Whitianga. Who said that? You came all the way from Whitianga. Come up here, bro. Come up here. Whereabouts in Whitianga are you from, bro?
From Whitianga. We live on Buffalo Beach Road, right out the front.
Mean. And what's your name?
Manu.
And how long have you been supporting the Warriors for?
Properly, I'm going to say since about 2020.
2020. Hey, on behalf of Dynasty Sport, bro, Rob has got a beanie there for you. Rug up. But just before you do, we'll just take a quick photo if that's okay. Awesome. Ladies and gentlemen, let's give him a round of applause.
Ladies and gentlemen, that's just a sign of things to come. Not only do we have a special guest, but we also, as we mentioned earlier, a lot of things to give away. Thanks to our good friends at Dynasty. But also, just at this time, also want to give a big shout out to Export Ultra for sponsoring our show to make sure that we have this opportunity. So a round of applause to Export Ultra.
Yeah.
If you head to the bar and grab yourself an Export Ultra, mention my name and you get to pay full price. So well done, everybody.
There you go.
What a discount we have today. Sione, just before we get into our show, just a quick explanation as to what the Export Ultra Legacy Lounge is.
Yeah. So last year I ran a pilot of the show and we held it before the Kiwis versus Tonga test. And on that show, Rob and myself hosted Kalen Ponga and John Hopewadi. The purpose behind the Legacy Lounge live show is I wanted to create a fan experience pre-game, but also it gives me a chance to reconnect with my old teammates, bring in former players, have a chat, and then head over to watch the game.
And ladies and gentlemen, we'll get into this very shortly, but catching up with legends of the club, legends of the game. How cool is it, ladies and gentlemen? Give me some noise that tonight we have the beast himself, Manu Vatuvei.
Make some noise.
How good is that? So basically, we're going to get started with the show. Before we get into our interviews with Manu, our chat and catch up, let's just have a quick catch up as to what's been happening since our last show here 7 weeks ago. Who has missed live footy here in Auckland?
Yep.
Wow, not many of you.
Oh, sorry about that.
But since our last home game here at Mount Smart Stadium, we've played in Wellington, we've had a home game in Brisbane at Magic Round, we've played 3 teams in Sydney, and we've had a couple of byes. And traditionally, that has been hard travels for the Warriors. Except we come back winning 5 out of 6 of those games, I think it is, or something like that. And yeah. It's just unreal for me as a Warriors supporter for a long time to see the consistency that our team are putting out at the moment. What do you think we can put that down to?
I think it's a lot to do with the environment and the culture that's been created at the club. It's probably the best that I've seen for many years. And one of the hardest things when you're a travelling side, so whether you're Melbourne, right, North Queensland or New Zealand, is trying to work out the travel schedule. Do you go in 2 days before? Do you go in the day before? Do you know? So it looks like they've probably found the right rhythm.
No, exactly. And during that period, we obviously had that wonderful occasion, Magic Round, Brisbane Broncos. We go over there and absolutely spank them. And we take over the NRL as a whole. Everyone knew that the Warriors were in town, the Hikoi from Caxton Street through to the stadium, and then the result that followed. I don't think anyone's ever seen the Brisbane Broncos feel exactly like they were, the away team that weekend. And then we also lead into, just a couple of weeks ago, we take on the Penrith Panthers in easily the game of the year.
Yes. Yeah.
Now, we go down by 2, but I think there's a lot of positives from that to know that we're in that contention to be a top 2 side, which is where we're sitting. I just think it's exciting times for us as Warriors fans, right?
It is exciting times. And, you know, as Dai Henwood always used to say, if you're not on the bus, get on, there's plenty of seats.
Absolutely, the bandwagon is growing and there's a little bit more space. Just a shout out to all the bandwagon members though, when you do go to the game, please find your seat early. The rest of us are sick of looking at the back of your heads. Anyways, that's us. We're going to get into the part of tonight that most of you are all here for. Our guest tonight is one of the most iconic players in Warriors history. A fan favorite who scored over 150 NRL tries, represented New Zealand and Mate Matonga on the international stage, and became one of the most recognisable faces in rugby league. Ladies and gentlemen, please join me in welcoming to the Expert Ultra Legacy Lounge, Manu Vatuvei.
Oh yeah. You're in the middle, also you're in the middle.
Shit.
Welcome, Manu. We haven't even cracked jokes yet. We're already laughing. Feeling the pressure?
Yeah.
Nah, cool, because I've only got about 26 pages worth of questions for you, so I'm looking forward to asking these. But with every show that we've had, our first question is, how's things?
Yeah, it's been really good. As you all know, with everything that's been happening, I've been rebooting my life and going to working now as a community coach and now doing boxing. So it's giving me something to work towards and something to have. So yeah.
Awesome. Speaking of boxing, how is it going, bro? How's the training? How's that path? What do you envision for your boxing career moving forward now?
Yeah, I don't know why I went back. But boxing's been really tough. Getting back into the training, as you know, training is really tough. Just a grind every day, and on top of that, it's just tired from work and then going into boxing. But at the end of the day, it's something that I love, that I want to do. I've got a couple of years. I've signed a contract for a couple of years with Alpha Boxing in Australia. So I got a couple of fights. One in August. I got lucky to be asked from Duco to be on the undercard for David Nika's fight. Yeah, nice. Be on the undercard for that, and then I've got another fight on the 29th of August down in Whangarei. Yeah. Yeah, so awesome. Keeping busy, eh?
Hey, busy August.
Yeah, busy August.
So now that we've got a bit of a catch of where we're at the moment, let's take it all the way back to young Manu, Otara. How did this journey start? What was life like as a young fella growing up in Otara to what you've become?
Just as a normal young kid, I was growing up, being in a family, loved watching rugby. I was a rugby family, so league came a little bit later, just through friends who wanted to play league, and I went and played for Otahu, and then was gonna convert to rugby, and then one of my deputy principals asked me to play with his son at Otara, and that's where I stuck with Otara and stuck with league and made my way into, lucky enough to make the development for the Warriors.
Yeah, speaking of development, so when I was at the Warriors, Manu was part of a pretty cool group of development players that came through. Do you mind sharing some of the names of those boys that were part of that little squad together?
I think there was Frank Pritchard. We're the younger ones. Dan Floyd, now he's the manager for the Warriors. Hame Lawaki, Ivan Tumavave, and all the other names,
Yeah.
So,
Yeah. What was it like? I'm going to bring it up because when we used to train, the second half in the afternoon, that's when the boys would come in. And so we'd see all the young boys come in. What was it like for you coming in and seeing us first graders train? Like, what was it like for you coming in, seeing Stacey, seeing Ali, you know, when you were young? What was that like for you?
no, it was just a buzzy feeling, you know, seeing all the first grade players and, you know, just seeing what they did. When I came through, I think it's 2001, and then end of 2001 to 2002 when the boys made the finals. But I was to see what they were doing and wanted to be part of it. It just made me want to train and do everything right. So I think it was just a buzzy feeling, you know, looking up to your to all the NRL players, eh?
Yeah. Nah.
Yeah, so you end up making your debut in 2004. So there's obviously a journey there. 2001, you're in with the system. So it's a 3 years sort of a progression into becoming Manu Vatuvei, the guy that we saw on TV, the big hair. Love that original hairdo. What was it like making your debut for a club that you'd spent the last 3 years growing to love and to enjoy being a part of that system, but to make that debut for that club? How did that feel?
Yeah, I never knew that I was going to I'll make my debut that year, but you know, unfortunately, I was just lucky enough to get picked. But you know, it was a buzzy feeling. I think it was all I remember was just being at the stadium, coming up against the Rabbitohs, and you know, did a captain's run, and then everyone huddled up, and we just had a little talk, and then it was just a blank after that, and then you know, just. Now I'm here playing for the Warriors, so it was it was awesome feeling, especially for my family. So
Yeah, bro. And you know what's funny, bro, is seeing you come in as a youngster and then obviously make your debut. It's pretty well known that throughout your NRL career, you probably had one of the best set of hands in the game.
get off.
Nah, but in all seriousness, though. Your debut game, was that under, who gave you your debut? Who was the coach then?
Daniel Anderson.
Ando, right?
Yeah,
So
Ando.
I only bring that up to mock my brother. Obviously, if you're a true Warrior supporter, he's probably had, you know, one or maybe two shockers under the ball. But I'll never forget it. Ando used to get you doing those catch and pass drills with tennis balls and everything like that.
Yeah,
Did it help?
Yeah, it did kind of help. But you know, I think Ando left, and then there was Ivan. I think it was the year when Ivan was there, and then I had that terrible game against the Eels.
Yeah, I was playing alongside you.
Yes, I remember.
But yeah, speaking,
you know,
speaking about that, you're relatively still new in your NRL career. You have that game. I'll never forget it because I remember I came up to you. But how does someone so young turn it around and carry on to play over 200 NRL games?
Yeah, I think it was just, first of all, it was just the brothers around me, like these guys. Ruben, you know, I used to catch up with Ruben. He used to have a few chats with me, and then, you know, just Ivan having a chat and saying, you know, you just got to focus on those 1%, go back to, like, you know, everything they used to do. And, you know, I just went back, and I think before and after training, all the boys were just kicking me high balls, and I just had to catch everything. And then it was just one of those where it was just getting my confidence up, and it was just the brothers around me and the coaching staff that made me feel get that confidence back. And you know, I've never looked back after that game. You have your ups and downs through the years, but people never let that game go. But at the end of the day, I just got to prove myself every game, and I think that's what pushed me, and you know, for my family too.
Yeah, 100%. And I think a true testament to not only your abilities but your character as well. You go from having that game in Parramatta, and as you say, the team were very aware of it and the emotions of that all and what you needed to do to improve. But when I say a testament of your character, you go from there to become one of the most feared wingers in the NRL.
Hands down.
That's
hands down.
That is a transformation. That is something to be celebrated. You go from having the shocker where everyone has commentary, everyone has an opinion, to being the guy that everyone goes, holy shit, we have to take on Manu this weekend. How did that feel to go from one end of the spectrum to the other And did you know you were one of the most feared wingers in the game?
I do. Nah, not really.
Still humble.
It was one of those things. It was a challenge for me every game because I knew that every team were gonna kick me a high ball, and then in my head I was like, yeah, you kick me the ball, but you got to try and tackle me after that. And that was my thought every time after a game. Like, and then that's why I kind of had to prove to them, oh yeah, if you want to kick it to me, I'll run it back hard as I can, and see if you can tackle me. And that's what I think brought my game on, like trying to run straight, run hard, and there was just one of those. And that was the reason why. So yeah.
Yeah, I've got a funny story about Manu, and it actually has nothing to do with him. So when I left the Warriors, I went over and played for the Cowboys, and I think it was maybe 2007, 2008, and the Warriors had come over to Dairy Farmer Stadium, and we're about 20 out from our try line, and I'm packing in at lock at the scrum. We've got a halfback, young halfback that's debuting. I'm not going to say his name, Jackson, and so he's defending first off the scrum. So I'm packing in, and all I hear is this, "Hey, Sione." I was like, "Hey." So I pop out and I look back, and Jackson goes, "Bruss, swap." And I was like, "Oh, yeah." So he packed in at lock, and as I'm walking back to be first off the scrum defending, I turn around and look up, and guess who's getting the ball first off the scrum? This guy. So I go back to Jackson, and I said, "Oi, you better break your flipping ass off quick. I'm going to push Manu back in." So I try to line up Manu to force him back in. Luckily, one of the boys there, he didn't really run hard at me, but as soon as Jackson ran, he went straight for him, and I was like, "Bro, you should have just stayed at the scrum." But the purpose of that story is, what goes through your mind when you do not step left or right and you just go full steam ahead?
I don't know. I think I'm just in game mode, and every time I just take it, so every time I do a carry, I always try and think I got to try and bring the ball back as far as I can, so the forwards don't have to come back as far. So, it was my job to try and get a quick play ball for the next person. So every time it was Jerome that was my centre, or anyone that was my centre, every time I'd make a run, I have to get up and play the ball as fast as I can, so they can, because they're pretty dangerous at dummy half. So that was my job. Yeah,
bro, hard out. Because as a forward, when you're tired and you're getting back and you see this guy taking the first carry from a kick return, you're like, yeah, he's going to make meters. We'll just take our time getting back.
And then Manu, for a while there, the Warriors attacking play, especially 20 meters out from scoring, everyone seemed to know what the plan was. Get you early ball. If we're 5 meters out, you're going to crash over and score. Or kick the ball in the air for Manu. He'll catch it, he'll score. You had 152 tries in your time at the Warriors. Is there one that stands out?
No, not really, to be honest. I think all of them, it's a highlight for myself, because most of those tries, I always say Jerome Ropati was the one that set me up a lot of times. And he was a person that likes to draw and pass and feed me all the time. So, I'll just give all the credit to the boys that helped me get it.
So, are you saying Jerome over Conrad Hurrell in terms of favourite centre?
Oh, of course.
And when you scored all these tries, right, we come to see that iconic celebration, the kiss the finger to the sky, and it's been touched on before. It's about Sunny Five. What effect did that have on the team in terms of connection and brotherhood and bringing everyone together on what was such a somber occasion for the club?
Yeah, it was a tough moment. I remember that day because I was talking to him a day before, and then not long after that, the next morning I got a phone call from our staff saying that happened, and it was a bit of a shock, and it was like pretty upsetting for a lot of us. Not for a lot of us, for all of us. And it was tough. But his memory will never go away. And what he did at the club, especially as a young player, I think he would have been way better than some of the players now, and he would have been one of the legends in the game. So it was just unfortunate.
Yeah. Rest in love, Sonny. So let's fast forward to, I guess, today's squad.
Yeah.
Right? Looking at it, who's your Who's your favourite player? Who's your favourite player in the Warriors right now? Manu?
Oh, all of them. They're all good. Now, all the boys are playing really well. I think, you know what, just the attitude and everything that they have had at the club, and, you know, with what Webby has put into the boys and everyone buying into it, I think that's, he's created a place where all the boys are having fun and doing their job at the same time.
Is this a squad that you wish you could come back into? At your prime?
At my prime? Nah, I think, even though our years, we had some good years and some bad years, but that's part of footy. Sometimes things work out, sometimes they don't, but, I would love to play alongside a few of the boys and, with the young boys, have a little game, but I've had my time and I think I'll just leave it for them.
Awesome. Hey, we're just going to slowly start to wrap it up, but I guess if you had to describe your career in one word, and I must say, if it was me describing your career, illustrious. Don't tell me to spell it, but illustrious. But what's one word to describe your career? Because in my mind, you're the greatest ever winger we've ever had. One of the greatest Kiwi wingers we've ever had. One of the greatest wingers ever in New Zealand Rugby League history. So how would you describe it in one word, Us?
Unpredictable. Just don't know what you'll get.
I thought you wanted me to go get comfortable.
And sorry, I don't know what to say. That was the only word that came into my head.
So we've heard the word that you'd describe your career as. We have one question here in the Legacy Lounge, and it's our legacy question, and it's, what do you hope people, or what do you hope the fans remember most about Manu Vatuvei?
I know they already know about my laugh. So, it's nothing else but my laugh. Hey, Talu.
All right, well, one final question, Manu, because we know you're an avid footy watcher. And who's going to win tonight and by how much?
Warriors, 13 plus.
Yeah, boy. Now, Manu, just before we let you go, I do have a bit of a personal story to share, and for me, this is true to who your character is. At the peak of your powers, I'm talking around that 2010, 2011 period. I have an older brother who's a special needs boy, and he was about to go on holiday back to the Cook Islands, where my family's from. And I was sending him away on a trip, had to get special assistance. And at that very particular day, one Manu Vatuvei was there at the airport ready to go on holiday as well. It's the end of the year, it's December. And I'm in the mindset of, it's off season, you're on holiday, let him be, let him do his thing. I didn't want to come and interrupt you. My special needs brother, who sounding wise and talking is a little bit difficult at times, he's pointing out going, Manu, Manu, Manu. And I'm telling him, saying, it's all right, it's all right. Let Manu go on his holiday. You turned around and walked over to the wheelchair that my brother was sitting in, just for that special assistance, and you took time out of your own day, your own holiday, to come over and have a chat with him. And it was something that sat really close to my heart and my family's heart as well, was that you had other things to do. It was your own personal time, and you made time for other people at the height of your powers. And I think those are the stories that don't get celebrated enough. Those are the stories that are true to who you are. We've seen the stories. We've seen the media, and we've seen things be blown up. But from me and my family, I just want to say thank you. My brother is here tonight. He's sitting over there, and he's the guy that's been trying to shake your hand and telling you where the toilets are. It's sat in my heart, and I just wanted to let you know that meant so much to us, especially my brother. So thank you, Manu, for everything that you've done in your career, and thank you for always being a humble man.
No worries, brother. Thank you.
Awesome. Ladies and gentlemen, give it up for Manu Vatuvei. Awesome. Thank you, Manu. I was going to tell the story of the time in 2003. At the end of the season, we went to our end of year trip to Queenstown, and we're all there at the domestic airport. There's one guy that's not there, he's late, and we're wondering where Manu is. He's at the international airport because he thought we were going to Queensland.
Oh, man. Hey, so just before we get into our next segment, we've just got a couple more giveaways to sort out. Firstly, I can see 3 lovely young people just over here in front of the screens. Can I get those 3 lovely young children to come up real quickly?
Oh, sorry, Manu. Would you mind coming up?
We're just going to
Sorry.
get Manu to quickly come up and have a photo. Now, our friends at Dynasty are big supporters of families and children, the future generation of supporters. Here, guys, there's Manu. So on behalf of the team here at Export Ultra Legacy Lounge, as well as Dynasty, here are some hats for you guys. A hat for you, and also a beanie for you, young fella. And if we just have a quick look over here for our team photo. Thank you so much. Well done, kiddos.
Good work, team.
Yeah. And just while we get through all of our followers for through our Instagram posts, we're just going to quickly go through a catch-up about the game that's coming up versus the Sharks. Now, everyone's talking about all the debutants or potential debutants that the Warriors have. We're home for the first time in a while. I'm pretty confident that the Warriors get up even with all our young bucks ready to step up.
Bro,
How do you
out.
feel?
I feel 110% behind these young boys. I think the club has done an awesome job in bringing them through. Just to speak on the 2 debutants. So one is Makaya Tafua
Yes.
from Christchurch. He's related to the Tuffa brothers. Andrew and Justin. Justin Tuffa used to be a UFC heavyweight, and Andrew's light heavyweight currently in the UFC. And then we've also got Kalis Fatialofa. So Kalis is the grandson of former Manu Samoa legend Papali'i Tele Peter Fatialofa. But also that Fatialofa bloodline, bro. We've got the Sam Neil brothers. We've got DJ Forbes, right? So for me, I just, on behalf of us, I guess, want to wish those 2 boys the very best in their game today. Congratulations, mum and dad, and to everyone. I know all your family and friends are going to be there. And look, I reckon they're gonna have a massive one.
Yeah, absolutely. I think there's only a couple of threats in the Eels. The Sharks. They've got Tricky Trindle. Tricky Trindle in the halves, who I think has actually been playing better than Nico Hines even before he was injured. And also local boy, Ellerslie Eagle himself, Ronaldo Mulitalo. Mr. Energy. He's probably the only one that I'm worried about in terms of this game ahead, but they've got a number of outs. I think we go well. It's going to be a good return home, and I'm looking forward to the same as Manu, the Warriors winning 13+.
Yep. Who here thinks the Warriors going to win 13+? Oh, yeah.
Alrighty, we're going to quickly get into our giveaway here for our Kotahitanga jersey. As we mentioned at the start, we needed you guys to be following our Instagram page, Legacy Lounge Live Show, which a QR code went on the big screen earlier in the evening. And I'm happy to announce that the recipient of this jersey, our winner for our follows today, is Keegan at Bestedest. The bestedest. Keegan.
Keegan!
Here we
Let's
go.
go, Keegan! Let's go! Let's go, Keegan! Let's go! Hoo, hoo. Awesome. So, Keegan, where are you from, brother?
Hamilton.
Hamilton. And how long have you been supporting the Warriors for?
My father's been supporting him since the first game. I've been on just his sideline the whole time.
That's the one, bro. Congratulations on the jersey.
Thank you so much, Keegan. Alrighty, so we're pretty much close to wrapping up, but before we do that, we do have one last giveaway, which we did not mention to you earlier, but that's because we've got one more item here, one more special item. This is a beautiful jersey that has accompanied the Kotahitanga jersey designed by Warrior 151 Louis Brown. And this one is going to be nice and simple. Who here is going to Christchurch next week?
Okay, so hold on. We've got 1, 2, 3. So we've got 3 going to Christchurch. The next question is, show me your ticket.
No, can we get those 3 up here, please?
We'll get the 3 up here.
I've got a quick little challenge for the 3 of you. That's you, my dear. That's you, my dear.
Who have we got? Who have we got up here, Rob?
Who have we got?
Darren.
We got Darren,
Noelle.
Chloe,
Chloe.
and Chloe. Ladies and gentlemen, what we're going to do here is we need the heartiest, the loudest, the strongest up the WAHS you've ever given in your life. And we are going to go off a crowd reaction. There is no microphone here. It's all up to you, your guts. So we need you to push forward. When it's your turn, come up here, give you the loudest up the WAHS. And we're going to start from this side here first, seeing as you come up first. So, sir. We need to build up.
Hey!
There we go.
You had some help, bro. You had some help
A little
over
bit of help there, a
there.
little bit of help. There's contestant number 1, contestant number 2. Here we go.
I'll give you a countdown. Ready? In 3, 2, 1. Oh, up the WAHS. Ooh, up the WAHS. Who? He's even got a dance move.
Wow. Add an extra bit of flavor. Here we go, Chloe. No pressure whatsoever. Here we go, Chloe. Ready? Alrighty, ladies and gentlemen. Round of applause and make some noise if you feel we should give it here. Here we go, we shuffle over. Contestant number 2. And then finally over to contestant number 3. I tell you what, I think it's pretty clear cut. I think it's going to contestant number 4. Here we go, Chloe. Come over, Chloe. Well done. Congratulations. Here we go, Chloe. That's all yours. And we just stay here for a quick photo.
Congratulations.
Thank you so much. Appreciate you. Well done. Deserved it. Yes, well done, Chloe. So, that's us for the Export Ultra Legacy Lounge for this edition for round number 15. Look, ladies and gentlemen, for those of you who are unaware, if you are heading down to Christchurch, if you're thinking of doing it, if you've got family down there, the Export Ultra Legacy Lounge will be heading down to Christchurch. We will be at Monza's Bar inside the casino, and our guest next week is none other than the GOAT himself, Simon Mannering. Exactly, so...
Oh, come on. We've got Simon Mannering. Make some noise.
Exactly, so we're looking forward to heading down to Christchurch. Our team is looking forward to going down there. But once again, big thank you to our sponsors, Expert Ultra, also Garrison's Public House, also the good people at Dynasty Sport. And just before we head off, tonight is the last night before refurbishments happen here at Garrison's Public House. At the end of the game tonight, this place is pretty much closing down to change and have a facelift and a new look. So the next time we're here, it's all different. So if you brought your wallet, your husband's wallet, your side chick's wallet, spend it at the bar tonight. Everyone is looking forward to spending some money.
And one more, ladies and gentlemen. Please give it up for our awesome team, Rocky, Ethan, and Tay. Let's make some noise. Well, that's us. Thank you for coming, and we'll see you next time.
Up the WAHS! Up the fucking WAHS!